Hi, I hope you're well. Today is the 4th of November. It's a Saturday and I've had a really good morning. I went to the gymnastics class at my gym at 7 o'clock and one of my really good friends, Maddie, came as well, and then we went out for breakfast slash brunch. We were actually at breakfast from 8:30 till 12:30. Whenever we meet up, we just always end up chatting forever, and it's so good and I love it. So I did that this morning, then got home at about 1 and just started doing some blogging stuff. I set out my plan for the week. I've been practicing planning, and I've spoken about this before, but whenever I find I'm planning and not following through with it, my go-to reaction to that is to just stop planning so that I stop feeling disappointed that I haven't followed through with my plan. But I'm learning, and Kit, my coach, is helping me learn that is not a good approach, and it's much better to continue learning how to plan and to follow through with that and to really make a commitment to that instead of just trying to take the easy way out, which is not planning. Because when I don't plan things, I'm trying to avoid disappointment, but actually I create it, because it's much harder to do everything you want when you haven't made a plan. If you can't make the plan ahead of time, it's much less likely that you'll be able to make it in the moment when you, especially if you're relying on how you feel and all of that, which I try not to do, but happens every now and again. So I've just been working on the blog post going up tomorrow. I thought I would put together 10 of my Instagram quotes that I have put up in the last few weeks, just because some of you, I don't expect that everyone is in on my YouTube and on my Instagram and on my blog and on my podcast and on my email list. So I try to make sure, if someone just reads my blog, that they might know what I'm up to on Instagram, and get some of those things that I share on Instagram and all of that. Does that make sense? So I just put together 10 of those posts, 10 of those quotes. I made them Pinterestable, the proper size for Pinterest. Looks like I'm naked. I'm not. It's super hot, so I'm just wearing this play suit thing, and no bra. Anyway, so yes, it's too hot for a bra today. Well, I did wear one this morning, but once I got home. Anyway, yeah, so I just put together 10 of those quotes and a little little bit of advice about each one. I kind of put them into 10 different pieces of advice. So I'll link that below. It'll be out by the time you're seeing this, so make sure you check it out. I'm also going to write tomorrow's email and schedule that. I need to stop bumping my arm. And I'm also then going to schedule some of my YouTube videos. I was just doing some self-coaching scholars as well, which is the online program I do about teaching me how to coach myself, that Brooke Castillo, who is a genius and such an amazing coach, she has created that program, and I've been doing her entrepreneur course within her program, and I was just watching her, when I painted my nails just before, and I was like, I really want to watch something from self-coaching scholars, just because it always gets me feeling cool, calm, collected, and also inspired, and just really good. So I watched her video about being an entrepreneur versus being the technician / the employee, and it's just really helped me this afternoon as well, because when I was planning that entrepreneur stuff, as in big picture, making sure that everything I'm working on is going to get me to where I want to go. And then once I've done that, and this is true if you're studying, if you're working for someone else, all of that, that you need to have a bit of time when you're planning big picture, and then time when you're actually just working. And I think as well, what I was going to say is it's really helped me this afternoon, because I've wanted to do more entrepreneur stuff and different bits and pieces. But I was like, well, if I was my employee and I'd said to my employee, this afternoon you need to write this blog post and write this email, and she didn't do it or he didn't do it, I'd be like, what the hell? And if they were like, oh, I just felt like doing something else instead, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, I've given you a task to do, it needs to be done, why didn't you do it? So when it comes to me, I have to be like that with myself and just have that integrity and discipline as if I was my own employee, and be a good boss to myself as well, not overwork myself, be reasonable with myself if I'm sick, all of that. Like, it's just really helpful. But that kind of makes me think as well, I got a bit burnt, we're sitting in the sun, only my left arm, that I get burnt super easy, so yeah. I was also just thinking as I was saying that's also what we need to do, like, or what I feel like I need to do with goals. So say with an exercise goal, say if the goal, this isn't my goal, but say if the goal was to lose weight, you go into the planning stage and you figure out what you need to do to make that inevitable. So you need to eat healthy, you need to lose weight, and then, you need to exercise. More so eating healthy than exercise definitely makes more of a difference, but whatever things you think would be make that inevitable, and then you're like the employee / whatever, and you're just following the plan, and you don't question whether that plan, like, you trust your past self and that she made a good plan for you, and that it's then just up to you to follow through with the plan. And I know that when I've approached things like that and I've stopped questioning whether the plan, like, of course there's a time to review it, but often we want to review it after a few days if it's not working, instead of actually giving it the proper amount of time, and waiting, like being willing to be uncomfortable and to be in a place where we're not motivated and we haven't got results yet, and to just keep doing it. And I think that, as I've spoken about a lot, when I focus on the effort, which is being the employee / the person following the plans, like with trying to exercise consistently, I set a goal. I wanted to exercise at least 6 times a week, and it got me to the results I want. Also, my phone did just cut out. I had to figure out what was happening with my storage, but I'm going to leave it here for today because I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to talk for, and I have to upload my videos to be able to delete them on here. But I hope you're well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.